Alright, in today's video, we're going to be reacting to J. Cole's song Crunch Time. I was just watching the movie Fruitvale Station, and that's why I decided to react to this. It's quite the sad story. I'll get into it a little bit more in the video as we get into the song. So let's go ahead and get started with this song.
Look, I really need this job, all right? I was going through some shit before trying to get back on my feet, you feel me? But I need this.
I'm sorry. I like you, man, but I can't
I need this fucking job, bruh. You want me selling dope, bruh?
Sucks.
Tick. It's for my niggas in the fourth quarter. Just watching that clock tick. Yeah, he said, at what point do you start seeing bread? Been out hustling for years, shoebox right under my bed. I moved to work out my mama's house, got me a little old crib. I always...
So right there, I really like what he's doing. Talking about how he used to hustle back in the day to make money. I love the way he set the scenes up from the movie to go along with this video. It really brings true the story of kind of what he's talking about, as well as a lot of what the guy's life. The Oscar Grant, the guy who's the main the person who was shot and killed by the Bay Area Rapid Transit Police. It really tells his story as well. J. Cole's story is a little bit more positive because he was able to find a way out of that and into the music industry. And obviously he lives a much different life these days, but it's still a story that's told by, it happens to far too many people. I myself went down that path, and thankfully I never ended up in prison or dead, but I easily could have. So let's get back into this here.
Yeah, he said, at what point do you start seeing bread? Been out hustling for years, shoebox right under my bed. I moved to work out my mama's house, got me a little old crib. I always fantasize if I had went to college instead. Would I be happily married instead of broken unwed? My nigga made a major move, I said I hope for the best. I told my sister as I kissed her cheek, I'm better off dead. Cause fucking with this white, it's all been downhill like a sled. Now listen, I understand.
Alright, so I love that little rhyme scheme right there. It's all been downhill. Fucking with this white has all been downhill like a sled. Obviously, sledding, winter, snow, white, cocaine, all that. The meaning behind that. Obviously, what he's talking about there. So let's get back into this here.
I told my sister as I kissed her cheek, I'm better off dead. Cause fucking with this white, it's all been downhill like a sled. Now listen, I understand they say you make your own bed, but tell me who supplied these sheets with this cheap ass thread. In denial about the feds, he can't see past bread. I do exactly what the man in the ski mask says, okay? These are the times, survival my only crime. I gotta be on my grind.
So, unfortunately, sometimes, we know everyone doesn't get dealt the best hand to start off life. And if you happen to be black, you're definitely starting off at a disadvantage already. That's unfortunate. But that's the world that we do live in. And I feel bad, but there's not much that I can do besides just keep being an activist for like I have, and trying to shed light to the issue itself, which nowadays I feel like a lot of people are doing, which I really appreciate. So let's get back into this here.
Now listen, I understand they say you make your own bed, but tell me who supplied these sheets with this cheap ass thread. In denial about the feds, he can't see past bread. I do exactly what the man in the ski mask says, okay? These are the times, survival my only crime. I gotta be
survival is my only crime. So that's right there. Survival is his only crime, because a lot of times people aren't afforded the opportunities that other people are, and the only way they can survive is by dipping into the selling of drugs on the street, or getting involved in a gang or something like that, which usually involves drugs and guns and other violence because that brings in money. So that's unfortunately going to be the case a lot of times. So let's get back into this.
Man in the ski mask says, okay, these are the times, survival my only crime. I gotta be on my grind, a lot of my homies gone. Inside of me, Lord, I know it's a lie that we gon' be fine. But mama, I'm tired of crying, just lie to me one more time, cause it's crunch time.
This scene right here is just powerful because from the movie, his mom tells him she's not going to come see him in prison anymore. And that would really hurt. I wouldn't want to be in that position where I wouldn't want to be in prison for no one, but to the point where my mom is like, all right, that's it, I'm done coming to see you. You're not doing anything good for your life, so these visits aren't productive for me or you, so I'm moving on, which is basically what I got out of the movie. I don't know how realistic it is to his real life, but from what I've heard, it's a pretty good, accurate tale of his life. I'm sure there's some Hollywood glamour thrown in there, but the whole case in general, police brutality in general, is just it's a really touchy subject. I watch a lot of videos where I see police having to deal with crazy idiots, and so on that hand, I see some stuff. But on the other hand, I also have seen way too many cases where police have gone too far, used way excessive force, more than they should. They violate people's rights. They don't even care that they're violating your rights, and they will literally tell you to your face that they don't care that they're violating your rights. And that's for black and white people, but it's definitely worse if you're black. So that's very unfortunate, but that is what it is, I guess. So let's get back into this here.
Gone. Inside of me, Lord, I know it's a lie that we gon' be fine. But mama, I'm tired of crying, just lie to me one more time, cause it's crunch time. Yeah. Cause it's crunch time. Shit real, man, the nigga got bills, dog, it's crunch time.
I lost my job.
So worse feeling when you do your job and don't have any money.
Shit real, man, the nigga got bills. Look, scavenge these records of these days.
So there, I'm just gonna point out the fact, it shows the rent due there. Hey, he's clearly struggling with trying. In the movie, he's clearly struggling with taking on everybody's financial responsibility. He feels like he should be helping them. And it's not always the case that you can do that. So that's an unfortunate thing for him. But let's go ahead and get back into this here.
B3s looking for the samples to put a nigga on MTVs. This is for niggas with empty dreams and empty jeans, still holding on to the word maybe. Cause it's 9 to 5 shit is driving you stir crazy.
That's for sure.
Coming home tired just to hear from your lady, hollering about your baby. Need this and need that, and all you want is peace and quiet. Maybe some feedback on these raps.
Alright, so there, like, he's talking about working the 9 to 5 being just torn up from the grind of doing everything, and then you come home and dealing with everything at home too, all the bills, all the money issues, fighting with the significant other, taking care of the kids, all that stuff. Some of the fights, stuff that can happen from that. It can just get to be exhausting, and that's basically what he's speaking on there. So let's get back into this here.
Coming home tired just to hear from your lady, hollering about your baby. Need this and need that, and all you want is peace and quiet. Maybe some feedback on these raps, cause labels ain't hollering and niggas ain't downloading. Nobody see your vision, they walking around blindfolded.
Not making it.
All this time holding on to possibilities. You step outside, you smoke a blunt, and then you feel the breeze. Fuck what they talking, it ain't like life come often. Only thing worse than death is a regret-filled coffin.
That's definitely one of the worst things, is a coffin filled with regrets. I've got too many already. I'm trying to live my life at this point with not to have any regrets anymore, so I don't have to deal with that issue. So let's get back into this though here.
Abilities. You step outside, you smoke a blunt, and then you feel the breeze. Fuck what they talking. It ain't like life come often. Only thing worse than death is a regret-filled coffin. So try before you die, or always wonder what if. I thank the Lord for this wonderful gift. Looking for strength in this crunch time.
I thought I was gonna get my job back. I thought I could talk to Emmy and he was gonna give me my shit back.
Fucking joke. You think you're gonna get fired and somebody's gonna give you your job back?
Shit real, dog. A nigga got bills, dog. It's crunch time.
Tired. I could start over fresh. Maybe if I could just not fuck up for 30 minutes.
That's the story of my life.
Nigga got bills, dog. I feel your pain, my nigga, trust me. For all my niggas out there still trying to get it. Few niggas out.
Alright, so yeah, to anybody out there still trying to get it, do what you do your thing. Just don't sell your soul. As long as you don't sell your soul to get where you want to be, I think it's alright. And always remember also that money doesn't bring happiness to a certain point. I know it seems like it when you're broke, but they've proven that like there's a certain amount. Like it used to be around 80,000, but that was before 2020. So that's probably gone up to like 110,000. If you're making that much money, that that your happiness is no longer gets any better from having that money. In fact, at times as it gets higher, though your money gets higher, your happiness goes down because of the stress of having the money, which doesn't seem like that would be stressful, but it is when you can't trust who's your friend and who's out there to just use you and whatever. Because I have been that person that's had money before, and you definitely get feelings of like, okay, who are the people that are actually my friends and who are the people that are just using me for the benefit of just hanging around me and getting the stuff that I'm paying for everybody and doing the fun things that I'm doing and paying for everybody. So unfortunately that can come with the game, as in that he's talking about in the beginning of like the dope game, but also it comes with once you hit a certain wealth point. My brother is worth a decent chunk of change, and he's probably getting to that point now where he's starting to feel like, okay, who can I really trust is like really my friend, because he's got the money to be able to do mostly what he wants within reason. So I mean, he's not like J. Cole rich, but he's doing all right. We'll just put it that way. Let's get back into this.
Shout out my nigga Filthy. Nervous wreck. Shout out to Marcus, my nigga. I forgive you for all that shit you said.
Headset, when he stuck it in his head, his earpiece. That's funny.
I understand, my nigga. Still love. Yeah.
I really think this is an underrated J. Cole song. That's another reason why I felt like I needed to react to it today. Yeah, it's definitely underrated. The story that it tells, the rhymes that he uses, the actual story about Fruitvale Station is something that we shouldn't forget about. I know that here where I live in Grand Rapids, I think it was actually like 2 years ago now, but a police officer shot a guy in the back of the head on camera who was unarmed. He did manage to take the officer's taser, I believe, but the taser at that point the charges had been used up, so all that was left was like an unlethal stun. And so he's going to trial for that. I think I read that his trial was actually this year in like April, so it's taken like 2.5 years even to get him to trial. And then whether or not there's actually going to be any kind of justice is also going to be another thing. If you see the video, it's very disgusting. It's the officer's name is Christopher Shore. Scheur. And the guy that he unfortunately killed was, I believe he was an immigrant, but he was a legal immigrant. And his name was Patrick Layola. I remember when it happened. I was so mad seeing the footage. I was calling the Grand Rapids police station and telling them just how terrible they were. And at that point, they pretty much took their phones out the hook because I wasn't the only one that was doing that. So I remember when the Fruitvale station thing happened. I wasn't nearly as big of an activist as I am nowadays, so I wasn't out there marching on the streets back then. But yeah, it disgusted me then when it happened. So watching the video was kind of got me a little agitated again about it in general. So, but the video or the song is a great song, and it sends a great message. I mean, the movie sends a good message too, and it pisses you off, but it needs to piss you off to send the message that needs to be sent. So, anyway, I'm done talking about that subject for today. So, anyways, you guys have a good one. We will see you next time, and bye-bye.